I was working with United Nations based in Geneva, UNDP. And Saddam regime was removed by American invasion within 1 month or within days of completion of removal. The UN Secretary General issued a directive that all Arabic speaking at the first stage and all Muslims who are interested should move to Iraq to re-establish the UN offices or establish new UN offices in Iraq. So I was sent to Basra to establish the UN office with a team, obviously. We were quite a big team. And I did a study of marsh Arabs, you know, the Dajla, Furat, the two rivers.
No.
There are people floating, floating in the water. And Saddam Hussein had bombarded them after the Iran-Iraq war, and they had dispersed into villages. So I undertook with a team a study of the marsh Arab, how their life originated and where they are now. Would they want to come back to their old way of life or not? So we will go around and meet their leaders. And we printed a report, and at the bottom of the report obviously was my name. And a copy went to Sergio de Mello, the UN Special Representatives in Baghdad. And when he looked at it, he knew me from when I was working with UN in Islamabad. At that time, he had visited and we had worked together. He called me and he said, I didn't know you were in Basra. I said, yeah, it's almost a month I'm here. He said, when are you coming to Baghdad? I said, I'm going to Geneva for my rest and recreation. And he said, when you are back, come and work for me in Baghdad. Right at that moment, I received a cable from Kabul saying that President Karzai wanted me to come to Kabul and become his chief of staff. And I told him also that I'm on my way to Geneva for R&R. And from Geneva, then I received the instruction from UN also, because they were my employers, that I should proceed to Kabul. And when I went to I went to Kabul. I met with President Karzai. I agreed that I will become his chief of staff, and then I said, okay, then I have to go back to Geneva and wind up. And on my way back at Charles de Gaulle, I saw at CNN news, a breaking news that Sergio de Mello has been blown up and he's killed. And that's how I said, well, I survived another assassination attempt. So, but anyway, I started working as chief of staff August 19 of 2003, and that was my first government job. Before that, I had worked with United Nations and international NGOs.